How's it going, guys? It's Crazy George here. Welcome to TV Crazy, episode 1. Some of these videos will be recorded normally and edited before I upload. Some of these videos will be live streamed where people can comment and we can get conversations going. I'm not doing the live stream with this one particularly because it's the first one, and I would like to let people know what TV Crazy is about. So I'm making a way to help give the crowd what they want, along with challenging me with my talent skills, and at the end of the day, leave a positive message. You know, regardless of what people give me as a topic, I'm going to find a way to make that positive. I'm going to find a way to make it a metaphor. You know, I'm all about education. So the first trivia question I had was, what was Lawrence Hill's first, hit single? And an unknown name. Didn't get their permission to shout them out, but it was doo-wop, which is correct. And the topic that they gave me to discuss with you guys is knowing your worth. All right, so this can go in a lot of different ways here. You know, we can talk about this all day. What I'm going to do is use a business example and use a personal life example. And then we're going to go ahead and get into the 16 bar verse that I wrote about the topic, and then I can go ahead and ask the next trivia question, and then we'll just continue that. First person to respond back correctly with that, we'll get that set up for next week, and so on and so on. So if you want to stay updated, subscribe to TV Crazy, and you can subscribe to Free World Movement. That's the name of the company I'm going to have. Once I get my radio show back up, I'm getting my website created, starting my company over. Once I get the radio back up, I'm going to be doing a show. This type of show will be every month, will be the first week of each month, because I have a whole lot more to be promoting. But right now, I'm doing this every week. So for right now, please subscribe to both, but this will be uploaded on TV Crazy. All right, so knowing your worth a lot of people can take that for granted. It's not confusing. It's really simple, but it's only simple when people understand their worth. When people don't know what they're doing, they're just charging all type of things. And this is business as far as what I'm speaking on. Everybody's important. Not saying nobody's not important, but in the world of business, if nobody knows you or heard of you or you really done anything, you're not going to be able to charge thousands of dollars to do something, maybe even hundreds of dollars to do anything, because nobody knows you. It's no guarantee that I'm going to be satisfied with your services. So you may have to start off cheap, if not free. And I know you're worth more than that, but you have to think long term also. If you know what you're doing is important, you got to be consistent. Consistency is the key. When you're consistent in something, people look forward to you doing it again and again, and they want you to do it. And that's when your value goes up. A lot of people are inconsistent for a lot of different reasons. Out of sight, out of mind. People get distracted easily. People just be talking. They're not really serious about their life. They mean what they said when they said it, but they're not serious and dedicated, so they just quickly just forget. It happens to the best of us. It happens to everybody who doesn't think long term and who's not taking their life serious. You know what I'm saying? Now, also, for business wise, as far as jobs, you have jobs that's like paying minimum wage, $7.25, $8, and for some reason, these low paying jobs are the most active positions that you will play. Like, you do a whole lot more moving for $8 an hour than you do for $12 an hour. You're sitting down all day at a desk or forklift driving or maybe in the office, which is still more paperwork. But I see more people sweat from $8 an hour jobs. Now, here's the trick with knowing your worth on that. Only you know your back history. Only you know your responsibilities. If you have responsibilities and you can't wait, you may have to settle for these $8 an hour jobs just to keep on applying to find something better so you can have income coming in while you're trying to find something better. instead of just sitting around. Now, if you don't have no responsibilities and you don't want to do anything in your life, sit around. Keep on applying until you find something, even if it takes 5 months. So you're gonna be broke for 5 months. If that's what you want to do, if you feel like you can never go back down for anybody, even yourself, then hey, more power to you. Only you know your life. But you know, if people thought long term before they made a decision, I think 70% of people will go a different direction. You know, because a lot of people have these, I should have did this, or back then everybody wish they had a time machine. That's what I'm going to say. If you wish you had a time machine, then you didn't think long term. You know, and it happens to everybody. We all make mistakes. Nobody was born knowing everything, you know, but that's why we know now, and we take advantage of what we know now. You know, so knowing your worth can go a lot of different ways, especially in relationships. I think this is the most important part right here, because you got a lot of people that compromise is key to a relationship. But some things you can't compromise in. If you know what you want to be in life, if you know who you want to be as a person, and it's not matching with your spouse, if you try to compromise, you can try. You know, like if you want children and your spouse doesn't want children, there's something you really can't compromise in. You know, because if you choose to not have kids to make this person happy, when you get older, long term, you're going to be miserable. And if that person who who doesn't want kids, decides to have kids to make you happy, they're not going to be a good parent. You know, they may give it a shot, but if that's not their passion, then, you know, you don't want to bring somebody else's life involved in this, and then you mess it all up. So, you know, some things you can't compromise in, and knowing your worth is more than that, because that comes with being mistreated, period. You know, people love somebody so much that they are willing to go through the bullshit, hoping that someone changes, because they feel like if this person just got this one thing down, we can be happy forever. And it takes them forever to get there. And now you have to ask yourself, how long are you willing to wait? You know, so knowing your worth is very important. Because at the end of the day, one thing that we don't have, that we can't get back, is time. You lose money, you can get it back. Somebody stole your car, you can get another one. May take some time, but it'll get there. But time, you can't get time back unless you got a time machine. And then you would have to go back and kill the you in the past and relive it. And I'm not a scientific person. I have no clue what that'll do. So leave that alone. You know, but yeah, knowing your worth is very important. And even if you're not in a relationship, just as far as knowing yourself, you know, don't put yourself through anything that you're going to regret. Don't put yourself through anything that you know that you're not going to be happy with, you know. And that's even hard to say, because we all, as adults that are responsible, have to do things that we don't want to do. It's part of being an adult. So, you know, you really have to know yourself in order to know your worth. If you don't know who you are, if you don't know what you want, you don't know who you want to be, then you don't know your worth. Because if you knew your worth, then you would know what things are good to deal with. You know, what things are I'll say, tolerable for the time being. What can you deal with temporarily until you get this one step done on the side to take you to the next level. You know, so, you know, always stay focused on that. Write down your goals, write down your dreams, write down your steps and what you got to do to get things done. And that's all you focus on. It may not happen as soon as you want it to, but if you plan it out, you have, and you know how long, if you know how long it's going to take to get something done piece by piece, then you will grow patience. You won't be impatient back and forth, because you know what you got to do and how long it may take. But don't lose focus. You plan things out month by month and it takes 2-3 months at a time. Hey, at least you're still moving, but don't lose focus. You know, so yeah, I hope you guys understood that. Take whatever pointers and acknowledgement you got from that. I hope everyone learned from this. I hope everyone got inspired somewhere in this message. You know, that's the whole point of this. We all have to stay on point. Some people don't have anybody to look up to. You know, some people don't have anybody in their corner to help them guide them in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? So if you have anything to say to me, please contact me at any time. You know, Facebook, George Anderson Jr., or you can just type in Crazy George, crazy with the K, crazygeorge64@gmail.com. Find me on Twitter, crazy_George. Find me on Instagram, half-past-crazy. Whatever. You know, talk to me anytime. I'm not giving you my phone number. Not like this. But yeah, so now we're done with this phase. We're going to go ahead and get into this 16 about the topic of knowing your worth. And then after this 16, we're going to get into the trivia question. First person answers trivia question correctly along with the topic, inbox me, and then we'll get this started for next week. So because this is being uploaded Saturday, it's going to be every Saturday now. So, matter of fact, I'm going to use this as an example. It was supposed to be every Friday, but I wanted to do it a different way other than just holding the phone like I am right now. I didn't want it to just look regular. I wanted to have some type of good presentation because some people care about that. You know, have good presentation and have a good message behind all this. But the way I wanted to do it kind of, it laid over to me relying on other people, and sometimes we can't do that. You know, sometimes nobody's going to take it as serious as you, but also it was mainly my fault because I wanted other people to get involved, and I had to wait because other people had things they had to do. And by the time I got there, it was kind of too late to do it. So that's all my fault. So I want to use that as an example. I knew the worth of doing these messages. I wanted to make it as best as possible for the presentation, but right now, if I have to sit here and do this every week and hold the phone like this, then that's something I'm going to have to do. I just hope you guys get the message, you know? So let's go ahead and jump into this 16. I said, I know how the game go, but what's the point of playing where there's no ending? I guess the excitement, adventure, shit, you can get addicted to that feeling. I mean, some got caught up in the attention, forgot the reason why they did it, compromising with a way of life that shouldn't even be existing. Hell, we all victims and suspects. We killing ourselves. Knowing the life we chose ain't the life we want, but love got people living it for someone else. So whether it's business or personal, do what's best for you. Look after yourself, because trying to please their world affects your atmosphere. And that's when we walk away saying we need air. Well, take a breather then. Reevaluate and recognize what you're going through, because sometimes the things we want is not in our best interest. So don't spend time trying to afford the bull, because I wasn't born to be a maid, butler. Shit, it's all another meaning for slave, and you can count that to whatever you want to relate it to. I mean, it's all the same, but I can only speak from my experience, and it's loud and clear. I can't ignore it. My life is begging for me to turn the page or write another story. So whether it's reality checks or check stubs, both categories, just remember to know your worth, because you're the one that's going to be paying for it. Next trivia question is going to be, what was the first religion? First person to inbox me this answer along with your topic, I'm going to grant your wish for the topic of discussion and the 16 for you guys next Saturday. It's Crazy George. Subscribe to my channels. Peace out.